It gives you a set of working tools. It gives you an apron, and that denotes work. And you don't come into Freemasonry to be a volunteer, to be a sideliner. You come into work, and that work starts with yourself. You got to go into the deepest, the darkest places, and to make that change. It may be loud, it may be scary, you may feel alone, but again, when you talk about the brothers that you have to influence you and encourage you in your lodge, you can become something that you didn't think you were going to be or plan to be. And that's what masonry delivers. That's the final package, is you, and how much better you can be for yourself and also for your brothers. And you have brothers in your lodge right now that are watching us on how to be a mason. And it's our responsibility to show them how to use the working tools and get better. And no man is perfect. Every man has something that they're dealing with. Every man has something that they're bringing into the fraternity that they've brought in with them from the outside world.
So the North Star program is a system, it's a process, it's how we get men who are interested in Freemasonry connected with a lodge near them. We prepare them for the idea of becoming a Freemason. But there's also another fold in that, is we also prepare the lodge to be ready to accept these new and interested gentlemen in. And that's a key part of it. Let's talk about the lodge profile. Like, how important is it for a lodge to know their own culture, their own identity before they can bring in new members?
So I've been working on this. I'm sorry.
I think this is Oren. We have this conversation all the time about, the easy part is showing this great gift of Freemasonry, of work, that to a non-Mason. And along the way, we get to show them how we've changed, and they see the influences and they see the impact on our families, on our work. And after a while, that gets a little boring. But the real challenge is, how do you prepare a lodge and make it healthy to onboard Masons? And that's sometimes the biggest pushback from lodges who say they're ready to onboard Masons, but they haven't done anything with the Masons that they've raised in the past 5 years. You already have Masons who know how beautiful the craft is. Why not bring them back into the fraternity, as opposed to bringing in new guys who you're just going to do the same thing with? So what a challenge.
It's an unbelievable challenge. And I've been working on that question for the last few years. And with Right Worshipful Bob Siebold and the retention program, and with, we developed a workbook of membership and lodge revitalization. We as brothers come into this craft and we self-reflect. I never understood why lodges refuse to self-reflect upon themselves. They don't see where they came from, where they want to go. And if it takes 3 brothers or more. I mean, if you can do it with a little, 2 brothers, it just takes a little bit more time. But you have to know where you came from. You have to be ready to know where you want to go. You have to have a clear messaging. You have to want to accept new brothers and give them something. I know it's been said on this podcast because I've listened to it. I know it's been said across our jurisdiction, but we're fighting so many battles in society. If we don't have a product to provide to new brothers or, potential members, then after the 3rd, 4th meeting, after the first year or 2, why am I spending my time with you guys when I could be home with my wife? I could be home with my significant other. And that is the problem. And we don't, for whatever reason, lodges, regardless of the amount of tools or help Grand Lodge tries to give, a local leadership, they just don't self-reflect upon themselves. They think it's okay. Like, let's have an argument over how much a light bulb costs instead of having that 5-minute discussion of, how does Freemasonry help me, with my vices? Basic conversation, and you can learn a lot from your brothers that way. I'd rather go to a lodge, spend 30 minutes talking about, what a rough stone looks like and how it affects me as being a rough stone, than going to a lodge, listening to an argument of how much money we're going to donate. Because both important, but what am I really getting out of it?
Right.